I welcome all the learners to this presentation on telephone etiquette, which I believe is a very essential skill to have for all students of hospitality. And for that, I would use a presentation which I found on the internet. It belongs to the Oberois, and I thank the maker of this presentation and also for sharing it on a slide share. So I think it's a perfect presentation and it will help all the students to get the basics right of telephone handling. Etiquette, I think we need to understand, is a French word, and etiquette basically means a ticket to upper strata of society, because that society is considered to be a civilized, polite, aristocratic society. So etiquette is your manners that will open the doors for you to the highest level of society. So, as we start this presentation, picking up the phone is very essential within 3 rings. This is the rule uh, because time, is in short supply these days. It always was for people who are successful and who are busy. So, making people wait for response on the telephone is just not acceptable. So, this 3 rings is the standard everywhere now in hospitality. Now, it is very interesting to see in this presentation that this posture, this person, sitting on a chair with legs put up on the table, this is a wrong posture because this tone, actually, your tone of voice gets influenced by your posture, by your expressions on your face, and therefore, if you're feeling very relaxed, too relaxed, it just might pass on to the guest, and guest may not like it. So this is the right posture. This gentleman is actually standing or maybe sitting erect, and then talking normally. So this posture is very important. And what is interesting is that guests cannot actually see us. Most calls are not video calls, and therefore, even when we are not visible, our attitude is actually apparent to the caller on the phone. This is again another interesting piece of advice that while speaking on the phone, also, even though you're not visible, if you smile, that pleasantness of your voice carries through to the receiver and they feel actually happy. These are, I think, the paralanguage elements of communication. These are non-verbal elements of communication, and we need to be aware of these issues, these aspects. So, smiling on the phone when you answer the phone is very important. Now, this voice has to be low pitched. This is because the microphone it functions based on our frequency. So, lower frequencies are handled better by the microphone, and the sound is more clear and more pleasant. Modulation is the variation. You have to modulate your voice according to the emotions, the situations, the meaning of the words you're using, and right volume. Volume is the level of sound, how low or how high the volume is. So, right volume means is just a normal natural tone. During the conversation, speak in natural tone. Like I said, just like you speak to somebody in a day to day conversation in the hotel, I'm talking about talking to a guest, talking to a senior or a colleague. You need to speak in the same natural tone. A telephone does not make much difference in the way you talk to anybody. This is again a technical advice. Keep the mouthpiece of the telephone in which you actually speak about 1.5 inch away from the mouth. A reason, if you keep the mouthpiece too close, number one, your breath will keep on, bombarding the receiver, the microphone of the mouthpiece. So it will create those static noises. And moreover, the sound may not be very clear because you're speaking very close to the mouthpiece. And you may also be too loud for the listener if you speak very close to the mouthpiece. So that is the reason why you should not speak very close to the mouthpiece. Moreover, if you keep it very away from your mouth, the telephone instrument, the device, then chances are you will not be audible to the guest. And this is very obvious. Do not cover the mouthpiece with your hand, because then your vibrations from your mouth will not reach the microphone in the like handset, and your voice will not be registered by the device, and you'll fail to communicate. You'll fail to actually respond to the guest. They'll hear nothing. So what you should do, of course, this goes without saying in hospitality. Being polite is same as etiquette to the high society. For instance, this sentence here, please allow me to place your call on hold. Please allow me to place you on hold. This is the way you actually ask the guest to stay on the line while you do something else. Use the guest name, but not too many times. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Smith. So, Mr. Smith, Miss Smith, whoever the guest's gender is, use accordingly. And don't use a guest name more than 2 or 3 times. Speak in complete sentences. What it means is that don't speak half sentences. Okay, yeah, sure. Whatever you wish to speak, speak in a complete, grammatically complete sentence. For example, don't say your name please. Instead, you need to ask, may I have your name please, sir? Or may I have your name please, ma'am? Taj hotels have a standard of 10 seconds, and Oberoi, as you can notice, has a duration of 15 seconds, maximum duration for which any associate can put a caller on hold. If you have to put a caller for more than 15 seconds, this is like, then you must offer the guest to call back. Call back within 5 minutes. Then don't rush through the greetings or mumble. Mumble is like speaking in such a way that you're not very clear. You speak in a very low volume, that is mumbling. So, mumbling is, of course, a lack of confidence or lack of interest, even lack of manners. And don't rush through is speaking too fast. You will realize that these sentences, these greetings, or these conversations are a daily routine. You will be speaking on the phone a number of times. You have to repeat the same process with every guest. You have to speak in full sentences every time. You have to have a very formal way of communicating, and therefore sometimes people get impatient. They lose patience, and that is why this advice is given to us: not to rush through, not to speak too fast. Don't say hold on please or just a minute. These are, I think, informal way of talking to someone. Remember, our relationship with the guest is very formal and a short duration relationship. So you have to do your best to make the right impression and hold the relationship for long. Don't say okay, don't say bye. I mean, these are very informal kind of sentences used preferably with friends and people who you know, not with guests of a hotel. Yeah may sound stylish when you hear a Hollywood star say yeah. You may feel like that it is very stylish and I should use it with my guests as well. But no, yeah is I think impolite in a sense, or very casual, and we always need to say yes to the guest. Being diplomatic is an art which hospitality professionals have to master. And as a diplomat in a foreign country, you never say no to anything to the host country. You always say, maybe we'll find something, we'll do this, we can do this as well. So in hospitality, we never refuse a guest for anything, anything which is legal, of course, and ethical and moral. So we need to offer alternatives if what the guest is requesting is not available. Now, this is very interesting. Many of us think that saying kindly is polite, and most of us, even I, use kindly many a times. But Oberoi says, don't use kindly, just use please. So I think we'll keep that in mind while responding to a guest on the telephone. We'll not say kindly, we'll always say, please hold on a second. Please stay on the line for a moment, please. So, when you receive a call for the first time, how do you respond? So, you say something like Hotel Taj or Hotel Oberoi, Hotel IHM Hajipur, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the time is, good evening, and then simply, how may I assist you? So, together it will be like Hotel Taj, good morning, how may I assist you today? If you notice, they have not announced their names, so we will not use our name while answering a telephone call. Long distance calls are maybe from a different city and from a different country. So remember that these are expensive. These may be expensive for the guest, and therefore we should not let the guest hold the line for a long time, because he'll be spending a lot of money for just waiting. And like there's a rule that if the guest has to wait for more than 10 or 15 seconds, request the guest to finish the call now and promise to call back in 5 to 10 minutes time. So this is a general etiquette you must follow. Do not make the guest hold the line for too long, not more than 10 to 15 seconds. Let us say the guest has asked to speak in a particular room and that a telephone is busy. So you may wait for some time, but if it is taking too long, then maybe that guest who is being called is on another different call, which is very important to that guest. And therefore, we need to ask the guest. So we will call you back, or you may call after some time, depending on what the situation is. So, depending on what the guest says, whether they would like to stay online and wait, or would they like to call back, or would they like us to give them a call back. However, hotel policy is very important in this regard, whether you're permitted to call back long distance to an unknown caller. So, therefore, this I would advise you to confirm from your hotel whether you can call back an international caller. And I don't think it'll be feasible to call everybody back. So either they stay online or they need to call back again after some time. So this information has to be given very clearly, whether they can stay or they need to call back. So let us say somebody is waiting. You have told them that extension is busy, and now the line is free. It is ringing, so the call can be connected. So when you get back to the caller who called you in the first place, do not say hello. Instead, what you need to say is, thank you for your patience, sir. Thank you for your patience, ma'am. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for staying online. And in case you need to call the guest back, then you again have to tell them who you are. So that greeting has to be all over again. Tell your name. Good morning, Mr. Singh. This is Rahul from reception. And you asked for Mr. XYZ, whoever the guest was. Now, sometimes you are not able to understand what the guest is saying. Lines are bad. Something is, or some noise happened. Some disturbance is there, which does not permit the communication to complete. And in that case, you have to excuse yourself with this statement. I beg your pardon, sir. I beg your pardon, ma'am. Pardon me, please. Something like that. So pardon is a term used when you're not able to hear clearly and you need the guest to repeat themselves. If the guest asks for something for which you do not know the answer, then you have to check. So you have to inform the guest, sir, I will have to check on this. May I put your call on hold for a moment, please? So with this, you can play the music, switch on the music. There's a button for music, and then you can check whatever it is on your computer, or with your superior, with your senior, or your colleague or some other department, and then come back to the guest and inform them. If the guest asks the front office or telephone operator for something which is responsibility of some other department, then what you will say? You will not say it is not my job, this is not our department, this is wrong department. You need to call a room service. What you would say instead is, certainly ma'am, I'll ask room service to bring it up to you, to get it to your room as soon as they can. Remember that we are a team, hotel is a team. Departments are of course for division of labor and for efficiency and effectiveness, but ultimately for the guest, the entire hotel is one, and we are part of that one team. So we will not refuse any request from any guest. We will do our best wherever it is possible. So when a guest calls telephone operator and they are asking for someone from the front desk, remember we are trying to learn here about telephone operator's job. So if the telephone operator gets a request to call somebody from front desk, then what should we say? Certainly sir, certainly ma'am, please allow me to place your call on hold while I call Anu. Anu is the front office assistant who is being called. So you need to place the call on hold and then of course make a call to Anu and ask her to connect. In case a guest or there's a call for someone from spa, they want to speak to them, and then the person who has been called, so in this case Anu was called. So when Anu comes to receive the call, then we say thank you for your patience, and then Anu will respond, Anu speaking, how may I assist you? So every time any employee is interacting with the guest, the process remains the same. Thank you for calling, thank you for your patience, your name, and then how may I assist you? In case a guest wishes to speak to a department which is closed right now, and then in that case you have to tell them, I'm sorry to inform you that the beauty parlor is closed at the moment. Would you like to leave a message? May I take a message for beauty parlor? If they wish to leave a message, you take down a message on a message slip, message card. If not, then thank the guest for calling. If the guest calls you and says she is feeling unwell, now this is very serious and you must first of all say, I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. And then immediately we have to offer this choice. Maybe call a doctor for you. All hotels, all good hotels have a doctor on call, and doctor can come within 15 minutes to any hotel. And this facility is always available to all guests. And of course, if you have been told that some guest is not feeling well, then this news must be conveyed to the supervisor of your department, so that if things get out of control, out of hand, then no, we may make arrangements immediately. For example, ambulance shifting to hospital, and in the unfortunate event of death, a lot of procedures have to be followed. Police has to be called, doctor has to be called for certification. So your supervisor, your seniors must know if a guest is not feeling well in the hotel. Transferring a call, this is of course, you are like a mediator. Somebody has called and they want to speak to some other room or extension number. So how would you transfer the call? Before transferring the call, you must ask for the complete name of the guest, because when you ask the person who has been called, let us call that person as callee, caller and callee. So the callee would ask, who is it who is calling me? And they would want to know the full details, because they may not wish to speak to this person. This person could be somebody who is not pleasant for this our guest. So we need to actually confirm the full name and details as much as we can before asking our hotel guest to receive a call from an outsider. So don't allow all calls unchecked to the guest rooms. You must screen by first verifying like who is it who is calling. So the caller has asked you, the telephone operator, to connect you to Mr. Dayal, right? So we have to ask their name, and we ask it in this way: certainly, sir, who should I say is calling for Mr. Dayal? So it's like asking for their names, because Mr. Dayal will ask who is calling me. Then note down the name of the caller, and then you say, with pleasure, allow me to transfer your call to Mr. Dayal. This is as good as saying that please stay online while I transfer your call to Mr. Dayal. And then you, before transferring the call actually to the guest in the room, you first speak to the guest. You say, good morning, Mr. Dayal. This is Aroba from the front desk. Mr. Rogers is online for you. Would you like to take the call? And only when he says yes, then you should connect the call. However, if he says yes, then we come back to this Mr. Rogers who has called and who wishes to speak to Mr. Dayal, and we say, with pleasure, allow me to connect the call, Mr. Dayal, and then you connect the call. I think I made a mistake here. You tell the Mr. Dayal first that allow me to connect the call, and then you get back to the caller and inform him the status of the guest. So sometimes the guest may refuse to take a call. They'll say, no, tell him I'm not in the room. And in that case, you have to say, thank you for your patience, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Dayal is not in his room. Would you like to leave a message for him? And if any guest has requested us, the telephone operator, telephone department, for a DND, that is, do not disturb, do not route any calls to the room, then you have to inform Mr. Rogers, who is the caller. Mr. Dayal is not in his room, sir. Would you like to leave a message for him? And then when the guest, Mr. Rogers, the caller, if he has to leave a message, then take the message, note it down, of course, always write down the messages, and then allow me to repeat your message, which is confirming whether what you have taken down is exactly what Mr. Rogers had in mind, and read out the message, whatever you have taken down. If it is correct, the guest will say, yes, that is right. And then finally we say, have a nice day. And whoever the caller is, in this case, it is Ms. Gomez. So we'll say, have a nice day, Ms. Gomez. Thank you for calling Hotel IHM. In case the guest has not yet checked in, but he is due to check in today late in the day, then we have to inform the caller, Mr. Dayal has not yet checked in, he has not yet arrived, and may I take a message for him? Take a message. In case there is no guest in the room, nor is there any reservation for that day, then in that case we have to inform the guest, I'm sorry, sir, but there is no guest by that name staying with us, nor do we have any reservation in that name. I'm very sorry. Sometimes it is possible that the guest has just checked out today before some time, or he checked out yesterday, she checked out yesterday. In that case also you have to inform this caller that I'm sorry, but Mr. Dayal has already checked out. We may have details of Mr. Dayal with us, but I don't think it is pertinent, it is advisable to share details with all callers without guest permission. When you're trying to reach an extension number in the hotel, a room or a department, and that is engaged, it is busy, then in that case, I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry, ma'am, but the extension is busy. Would you like to be on hold, or would you like to leave a message? So whatever is the choice of the guest, we follow that. If they wish to stay, they stay, and if they wish to leave a message, we take a message. And the moment the line becomes free to the extension, thank you for your patience, sir. Allow me to transfer your call to whatever the extension number is or department is. If the line is bad or not clear, we cannot hear, I'm sorry, sir, but the line is not clear. Could you speak more loudly, please? Now, this, in my opinion, is a very sensitive matter. Asking a guest to speak up loudly, I would wish to avoid, because for me a guest is like king, and I wouldn't dare asking a guest to speak in a manner other than his natural way of speaking. So be very careful before using this line. Only when it becomes really unavoidable, then you should ask the guest to speak louder. Now we come to the final part of the call. When ending a call, you must again reconfirm if there's something else guest requires from our side, and we say something like, "Is there anything else I can do for you today now? Is there anything else I can help you with, sir, ma'am?" And then when they say no, then we say, "Thank you for calling the Oberoi. Thank you for calling the front desk, and have a pleasant day. Have a lovely day. Have a great day." When you're ending a call, do not put the receiver down just after you have thanked the guest. I mean, don't be in a hurry. Don't rush through the call. Wait for the guest to at least say thank you or say bye to you. And moreover, you should always put the phone down after the guest has put their phone down. So you should wait for the guest to put down their phone before you put your phone down. And that is the end of this presentation on telephone etiquette. I hope it was useful to you. So I'll come back to OBS. So that is all in this presentation. Thank you. Have a great day.